to do braised lamb shanks Southwestern style. We started out yesterday. We cut up 4 jalapenos, about 4 cloves of garlic, some rosemary, and a half a red onion, and put those in the bag with our lamb shanks and some olive oil to marinate those overnight in the fridge. Now we got a nice heavy bottom stainless steel pot here. It's nice and hot. We're going to put some cold oil in there. You can use cast iron if you got one. We're going to go ahead and brown off our lamb shanks. It's a very important step. It's kind of like searing a steak. You want to get them nice and brown and crispy on the outside. If you don't do that, what you'll end up with is kind of gray looking meat when you're done. It's not going to look very appealing, not like something you want to eat. So we're going to go ahead and put these in the pot. You'd be surprised just how fast these things will brown if you got a nice hot pot. Okay, we got one side brown. We're going to flip these over. We're going to brown the other side. We want them brown everywhere we can, and we want to try and get some of that fat on there to start to render down. Now we're going to take our bag with our marinade in it, and we're going to dump that in the pot along with our lamb shanks. All this is our peppers and onions and our garlic. There's no need to throw this marinade away. We can use this. It'll add flavor to our dish. With that done, we're going to go ahead and cut up 2 medium onions. You want to cut these nice and thick. Anytime you're braising and you're adding vegetables into the pot, you want to always cut them thick because you're slow cooking them for a long time. If you cut these really thin, they basically dissolve. You wouldn't even be able to see them. Okay, we got our onions cut. We're going to go ahead. We got a pound of carrots here. We'll clean these up, taking the tips off and the ends. We're going to go ahead. Again, we're going to cut these rather thick. They're going to cook for a long time, so they'll be nice and tender by the time our dish is done. Now we've got one other vegetable we're going to put in. This is these little multicolored potatoes you see in the store in the bag. We've cleaned up about a dozen of those. We're going to toss those in the pot as well. This will be our entire meal in one pot. Okay, we're throwing all those vegetables in on top of our lamb shanks. Now that we got those in, we're going to take about a tablespoonful of dried oregano, put that on top. About 4 bay leaves. I've got some dark chili powder here. I'm going to put in 2 tablespoons of that. And our last spice we're going to use is a cinnamon stick. I'm just going to break that in half and toss that in the pot. Now on top of that, we're going to go ahead and pour in an entire bottle of Merlot. Now when this dish is complete, we're going to take everything but the juice out of this pot, put in about 1/4 cup of flour and bring it to a boil and thicken it up real nice. And that Merlot is going to make our gravy. Okay, we brought that to a boil, put the lamb shanks on top of the vegetables, and now we're going to move it out to our wood probe. Set our wood probe for 250 degrees. Our smoke setting's on P0. I'm going to put that right in the middle. We're cooking this for 5 hours. Every hour you need to turn these shanks 180 degrees so the smoke gets to both sides of them evenly. Okay, our 5 hours is up. Time to plate this up. We've made our gravy. Put this on a plate with our potatoes, carrots, and onions, and that's just fall off the bone tender lamb. You're really going to enjoy this dish.